we currently have 8 pounds of fresh strawberries, so I'm going to show y'all step by step on how to make my favorite brioche donuts. They're super light and they're fluffy, and we're going to fill them with a vanilla bean custard and some homemade strawberry jam, which my sister-in-law is going to come help me make later. So let's just go ahead and get into it. Ingredients are very straightforward and simple. You probably have everything already in your pantry and in your fridge. So we're going to start off by activating our yeast. In order for it to bloom, we need to mix our 2.5 teaspoons of active dry yeast with a 1/4 cup of warm water and a teaspoon of sugar. I ran out of granulated cane sugar, which is what I normally use. So for the time being, we're going to use brown sugar until I go get some more. While our yeast blooms, we're basically going to mix all the other ingredients together, and we're doing everything in the KitchenAid with the hook attachment. This is your best friend if you are like just a beginner baker or you don't like kneading. The hook attachment works amazing and saves you so much time. So we're going to need 1 cup of warm water, an additional warm water. We're going to do about a teaspoon of some fine sea salt. And then the zest of 1 lemon, which you can add 2 if you want to. You'll be surprised about how much flavor the zest of this 1 lemon brings to the dough. Okay, gorgeous. Then we'll add our remaining sugar, which is about a 1/4 of a cup. Again, just use granulated cane sugar. You can use brown sugar like I am, but my first pick would probably be granulated cane. Then 4 cups of flour. And I am using all-purpose flour, but you can use bread flour. Then we need 4 eggs. Now that our flour is mostly absorbed, we can increase the speed just a little bit, and we're going to gradually add in our cubed butter, which mine is super softened. So I'm just pulling it apart, and again, it's 8 tablespoons or 1/2 cup. It's going to be a fairly sticky dough, but once you've kneaded it for a few minutes, it should start like pulling away from the bowl. Like, as you can see, it is going to be very sticky. But we're going to add this to a clean bowl, grease with some olive oil. I'm using some lemon olive oil for a little bit of extra lemoniness, if that's even a thing. And we're just going to transfer the dough into our grease bowl. Again, it's very sticky, don't be too concerned. I also meant 5 cups earlier when I was talking about the flour, not 4 cups. You're just gonna kind of want to form it into like a large dough ball, and we're gonna flip it so all sides are well greased. So we're gonna cover it and let it rise on the counter for about 2 hours until it's doubled in size. Once your dough has doubled in size, we're going to punch it down, recover it, that's all you have to do, and then put it in the fridge overnight. You can leave it there for up to 24, I think actually like 48 hours, but I just prefer to do it overnight. Next morning, or like whenever you make the donuts that day, you'll just divide the dough out into equally sized dough balls, and then you're gonna roll it out in your hand so that you have this nice even dough ball. You don't really want it to be like lopsided anyway, because that's how your donut's gonna rise, and that's how it's gonna fry, and that's how it's gonna look. So you wanted like a nice little perfect circle. And then a really key step to making donuts is you want each individual dough ball to be on its own individual square of parchment paper. And I'll just take a regular parchment sheet, cut it into individual squares. You want them fairly large because those donuts are going to rise. And then when you go to fry them, it's gonna make your life so easy because you're not gonna have any of these finger indents from transferring it. Then you'll just set them aside on the counter for 4 hours to rise. You don't wanna do it longer than 4 hours. It might honestly, like during the summertime, like the weather is getting really warm, do it only for 2 hours. You just want them to be like super jiggly and doubled, if not like tripled in size. One flaw I did do was I covered them with saran wrap without greasing the top, so the saran wrap did kind of get stuck, but they were fine. And if that does happen, you could just like, you can either like gently lift it up and clip it with scissors, or just like slowly pull it. You're gonna be fine. You're gonna be fine. One side will look good. And if the oil gets too hot at any time, just remove it from the stove top, like from the heat a little bit. Give it like 5 minutes and it'll cool down for you. Okay, so now that our donuts have doubled in size, we are going to fry them at 350 degrees Fahrenheit, but we're gonna fry them until golden, and we're going to transfer them into the fryer with the parchment sheets to prevent any dents. And it will kind of just like, you can kind of shake them around until it comes out. They'll fry about a minute on each side, and then we're gonna transfer it into our sugar. Ooh, I'll lose it. To coat. And you want to coat them in sugar while they're still warm or else the sugar will not stick. Look how pretty!
That looks good.
And then we can put it on the rye rack, and since we're not draining any extra grease, we can remove the paper towels. You want to fry in small batches of like 3 to 4. Perfect. And then once you like start seeing them get golden underneath, that's when we'll flip them. We have our beautiful brioche donuts, and now we're gonna fill them with a vanilla custard, which is over here. I made this earlier this morning, so it's had time to set. And then we're also going to, well, I guess we should add this to our piping bag. And then we'll also pipe on some of our homemade strawberry jam. This one turned out super pretty. Perfect. Are you just gonna bite into it?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it. I have sugar all over my face.
Mm-hmm.
That is so good.
That's so good. Wow.
Sugar everywhere. You guys gotta see the inside. It's literally incredible. I will see you guys next week.